Welcome to the Insight Drop, where we're going to be unpacking all things research focused without that corporate jargon in the time it takes you to make a decent cup of coffee. I'm Ellen, your host, and today I'm joined by Hannah, who is Head of Insight at Research Pods, and we're going to be talking all things women in research. What drew you to the research field?
Well, I don't think it's ever anyone's childhood dream to be a researcher and to work in insight. I looked out, I found a job ad not long after I graduated. I didn't quite understand a lot of what the job ad was saying, but the bits I did understand sounded so fascinating. It just sounded right up my street. It sounded like I could be curious and get stuck in. So I applied on a bit of a whim and yeah, I got lucky.
Excellent. Sounds like curiosity drove you to that field.
It does. I think it drives all of us, and it's certainly what ties us together. I think as a team, we're all just naturally curious people.
Yeah, definitely. Was there a moment that made you think, this is where I need to be?
No, I don't think I've ever had that moment. What I have had is an understanding from really early on just how much of a privilege what it is we do is, and that feeling has just grown through my career. If you think about it, people invite us into their worlds, into their lives, into their homes. We rummage through cupboards with them, through their filing cabinets, through the home offices. We're looking at paperwork and food they've bought and clothes they're wearing. They share their hopes and their aspirations. They share their deepest fears and anxieties with us. And then they trust us. They say, there you go, that's my story. I trust you to be the custodian of that story and to go and tell it honestly and tell it authentically. That's a privilege. And that's what makes this job really magic.
Yeah, definitely. Brilliant. And every path has got its bumps and challenges. What's kind of been your biggest challenges you faced in the research field, particularly being a woman?
That's a great question. I'm not ashamed to say I suffer terribly with imposter syndrome. That's not uncommon. It's certainly not common in women in business. And I think I experience it because I am a woman as well. I think there is the I don't know what I'm trying to say there. There's the almost a vicious circle. I don't know. But I think for me, tackling my imposter syndrome, it really helps if I feel it helps me to feel in control, and to feel in control, I need to feel prepared. And because of that, I actually think it makes me better at my job because it makes me doubly curious. It makes me super diligent. It makes me look at a problem through not just 1, 2, 3 lenses, but as many perspectives as I can get. Let's just do one more round of stress testing. Let's be super sure we've got the right answer here. So, I mean, it's a pain. Don't get me wrong. It can feel really uncomfortable. It can feel pretty miserable. But I think it makes me a better researcher overall.
Yeah, definitely. And do you have any kind of role models at all that you look up to in terms of research?
I've been really fortunate through my career. Every agency that I have worked for has had a woman at the helm for at least some of the time that I was there. So I've been really fortunate to have been led by a collection of incredibly talented and inspiring women. And they've taught me how to be an empathetic researcher. They've taught me how to be extra curious. They've taught me how to be an inspiring leader and a compelling storyteller. I'm thinking of all of these women I've worked for and the various lessons that I've learned from them. So I've been really lucky in that respect. I know that that's not everyone's experience.
Yeah, definitely. And what one change would you like to see in the market research field moving forward to support people like yourself?
Well, building on that, I've been very lucky. I've worked for a lot of inspiring, talented women in my time. And women, there are more women than men in our industry, but not when it comes to the top. You look at the very top of organisations, women are woefully underrepresented. And that's just disappointing. I don't think there's anything, no one can celebrate anything about that.
And what one piece of advice would you give to somebody that's thinking about entering into the market research field?
Well, do it for a start. It's such a brilliant, fascinating, challenging industry to work in that will stretch you. It's so rewarding and fulfilling. But the big piece of advice I would give to anyone is just say yes. Say yes to the opportunity. Say yes to things that you don't want to do, that feel uncomfortable. Particularly say yes to the things that you don't think you can do, because you've been asked, because someone knows you can do them. So just step out of your comfort zone and say yes to things.
Do it. Sounds good. And now to give us one final wrap up, a little bit different, what's your favourite office snack?
I want to say something really cool and interesting, but people who know me will see this and they'll know I'm lying. So I have to be honest and say I'll rugby tackle anyone for the last packet of Pond Bear.
Love it. Well, thank you, Hannah, for joining us, and thank you to all our Insight listeners. Come back soon for some more Insight drops.